We're with Mike Simonson, SPU women's head basketball coach. Mike and the Falcons finally getting ready to get a season started here. It's been a bit of a journey. Mike, what have you seen in practice so far? How have the kids been responding to everything they're having to deal with this year?
You know, our team's been great. We've been practicing for a really long time, since September. We were in pods at that point with 5 players kind of staying socially distanced in that one group. So we did some 2-on-2 and a lot of skill development. We stayed in those pods for a long time and then started a full team type practice in October with masks. But we have not played against anybody for a long time, so we're itching to get on the court and play against some other people. But I've been really impressed with our resiliency to practice as long as we had and still have our excitement level so high. We've only had maybe 2 practices in this amount of time, which is amazing.
With so many things that have changed, one thing that's kind of the same, you got a lot of players back from last year's team. Talk about that group a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny because I still think we're relatively young, but we have a lot of experience that came back. Obviously, we have 2 seniors, Ashlyn Burgess and Abro Shak Rory, and they played a lot last year. Ashley Alter played a lot, Rachel Berg, Natalie Hoff, Kayla Brundage. I'm sure I'm forgetting some of our other returners. But those kids have really improved since last season, which makes me really excited about all those kids that I just named for our season this year.
And what kind of things are you expecting out of that group? They've had a year in this offense that you put in now. What kind of things are you expecting out of this group this year?
Yeah, you know, we really want to be fluid as a team. So I hope you see a team that those kids that know what we're doing and are experienced, that we really can persevere, share that basketball, get high percentage shots, and, you know, play unselfishly.
And on the subject of experience, you've got a couple others. You've got Ashley Beeren, who redshirted last year, but nevertheless has had a year, knows your system.
Yeah, Hunter Beeren, yes, Hunter Beeren, yes. I love the idea of a redshirt year. It's amazing. Bailey Brennan redshirted the year before, and the growth of when you don't have the pressure on you, you're not competing for playing time, you really can play free and learn and improve your skills. So Hunter had a great redshirt year. I definitely see her potentially get on the court and having some action. She's really improved light years since when she first came here last year.
And then you got another one, Kelsey Hudson. Didn't play in your system. It has a year of college experience from Concordia.
Exactly. There's so much beauty to experience, you know. And so in Kelsey's case, it's almost like when she was at Concordia, it was like her redshirt year before she came to us. And so she played a lot for Concordia. She started a few games as a freshman. She fits us perfectly. We like to pass, cut, and move. She's a great shooter. She's strong, and she fits that very well. And we're excited about the future of Kelsey Hudson for our basketball team.
And you got some exciting newcomers, group of 5 coming aboard this year.
Yeah, you know, we got a bunch of them. I believe 5 young, a great nucleus, really. We have 2 kids from California, which we haven't recruited from there. Malia Mastora and Beth Pettengill, both from Northern California. They know each other very well, but they both, you know, they can pass, cut, and shoot. They fit our offense great. We're excited about both of them. We also have Haley Marlowe from Spokane. She's just a proven winner. She took her team to the state championship game. Smart, heady, tough point guard, very confident player. Annan Eddy, who's kind of like a wing, but she can also play the point. Really good feel for the game. She's from Oregon. And then we also have Adrienne Poling, who's from my hometown of Edmonds Woodway, our rival high school. I went to Meadowdale, so we kind of connect on that. But she's another newcomer as well. That's 5 of them that are a really good nucleus coming in.
With everything that's going on, people have had to adjust expectations a little bit. How has that affected you and your team? How have they had to adjust their expectations for heading into the season?
Yeah, you know, this is a huge year for us to keep growing as a team, keep growing in our system the way we played. So when I think about expectations is, one, we really can kind of start gelling and starting to understand the concepts that we have in our offense and defense and make a lot of progress moving forward. So we really have seen that in practice so far, and that's why we're excited to play games. Now the game piece of it, expectation-wise, as much as, you know, this season's kind of up in the air and it's so fluid, which I'm sure you'll probably ask a question about in a second, we're competing to win, and we want to win games. That's what we do at Seattle Pacific with such a high-achieving group, and that's what they want to do. I'm sure that's how I am as well. So we're going to try to get on the court and expect to win every game that we can play this year.
I know you like to talk about a team's identity. What do you think will be the identity of this particular group?
Yeah, great question. Well, first off, it's always defense first in our program. We're going to be a working, hard-nosed, man-to-man defensive team. That's not going to change. And then offensively, we're really going to be unselfish and share the ball and really get a lot of ball reversals, cutting and moving. And the last thing I think our identity is number one. Our number one core value is passionate. So if you're watching the stream online, I hope you see a group of young women that are excited about the game of basketball, that celebrate each other's plays, that play hard no matter what the score is. Up 20, down 20. We're going to play the exact same passionately. And that's one thing I think our identity really is. Passion, sharing the ball, and working hard on the defensive end.
No conference schedule this year. You had to kind of scramble and work on the fly to get something put together. Talk about that process, and how do you feel about the schedule that you've been able to put together?
Yeah, it's been a lot of long nights. I've been tired at forgetting to shave my beard sometimes because I've been really worried about scheduling games here and there to build a schedule. Hopefully it's really come together nice because in the pandemic, almost everyone's pretty eager to try to play. I do believe that. And so opponents we've talked to, they want to make it work. Next week on Monday should be our first game. And by the time this video comes out, it should be public knowledge by then. We're going to play Pacific Lutheran. We're really excited about that basketball game. Most of the teams we've scheduled this season are locally to make sure we're being safe in the pandemic, and we're playing against teams that are equal in our ability-wise, same amount of practice and things like that. So, but yeah, we have a good 10 to 12 game schedule we're trying to schedule this year.
Interesting scenario this year. You're not able to compete for a conference championship because there's no conference schedule, and also everybody gets to keep this year of eligibility by NCAA allowance. Does that affect how you might approach things? Maybe be a little more experimental, try some different things out there.
Yeah, definitely. We're always going to stay true to how we play as a team. That man-to-man that I talked about, our cutting offense that we have. But we can put in a lot of new wrinkles and to see what really works, especially as we talk about winning a conference championship in the future. We need to experiment and figure out what things will work in the future as we compete against our opponents in the GNAC. Also, we can really experiment with different types of lineups. Maybe we'll put a position where we might go with a few more guards on the floor, a few more post players on the floor, and just see how that works and see what different types of shots or defenses we can be in. But ultimately, it just gives us a lot of freedom to play loose. Now, I'll say that at Seattle Pacific, we're about striving for excellence. And so every game we play, we're playing to win that basketball game. Even though there's not a conference championship this year, we're treating it like a conference season because that's the type of young women that we have. We want to win. We want to strive for excellence, and that's kind of what we're about at Seattle Pacific.
A lot of things in the past few months have had to go online, virtual meetings, Zoom, that kind of stuff. How have the players adjusted to that, and how's that been for you, having to kind of coach that way?
Well, number one, it's been hard for me because I love being together as a group. I love, competing for a goal of a conference championship and things like that. So it's been a challenge for me to adjust and really be more patient with our progress as a team and kind of take a step back that way. Our team, I don't know if it's been as hard for them because they're such achievers. We have a great group of young women. Last year we had a 3.59 GPA as a team. And they achieve in almost everything they do. So whether it's the classroom, whether it's basketball, whether it's being a great friend or a great family member, they always strive to do their best in whatever they do. So when it's Zoom sessions or a practice schedule that might be at 6 in the morning or 7 at night, they always seem to come prepared and ready to go. And that's something I'm so thankful for as a coach, to just have a group of young women that want to achieve so well, and no matter the outcome, they're going to give their best effort. And that's pretty remarkable to have, and I'm really lucky.
And how have you been dealing with all this? I'm guessing as you contemplate your coaching career, this was nowhere on your radar.
Yeah, I had no idea this was coming, but God did. And, I'm amazed that I'm in the position that I am to be the head coach of the Seattle Pacific women's basketball team. I mean, to be in a pandemic when life is really hard and to be in a leadership position, it's really amazing to be in that position to where I can show our team and be a great example of what a good godly person is, or what a great head coach is that's going to persevere and be loving through this ups and downs and trials that we have. So I take a lot of pride in the fact that, hey, I'm in a pretty awesome position that God's really going to use in this pandemic, because there's so many up and down things, and so I have a lot of pride that I'm in this position. Has not been easy. Hasn't always been the most fun situation, but man, I feel like I've learned and shaped so much, and I'm really thankful for that overall.
All right. Coach, good luck this season, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you.
All right.